Uh, yes, so we are live. Sorry about that. I thought in between we were not live, but we are live now. Hello, everyone. My name's Susie, and thank you all to all my followers who are following my page. So today we have a special guest, Raquel, all the way from New Zealand. So for those who don't know me, my name is Susie. As I've introduced myself, I'm a GP here in the UK, and I'm a wife and a mom to a teenage daughter, and also a very proud digital business owner. And so now I hand it over to Raquel here to tell a bit about herself. Over to you, Raquel.
Sure. So, hi everyone. I am Raquel Ramirez Seria. I am residing here in New Zealand, but I am originally from the Philippines. I am a wife of a very loving and supportive husband and a mother of a 10-year-old lovely girl. I work as a full-time teacher and at the same time manages a successful digital business.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Fantastic. I have to say, I think till the pandemic, people did not understand how important teachers are.
Absolutely.
They had no clue. And when the pandemic happened, when we had to, because our children were at home, and like, especially, like, I'm not a teacher, I'm a GP, so there was no way for me, and I didn't have the time to also look into my daughter's, what she was studying and things like that. And
Mhm.
it gave me, not that I didn't have a respect. Of course, I had respect, because I always respected my teachers, but a renewed respect. So really, really, hats off to you. And I would just like to take this time to just honor you, and God bless you for the good job that you're doing. Because at the end of the day, school is like a second home to our children, isn't it? They learn a lot of things, and for some kids it's even like their main home, because they might not be having a good home. And I'm sure you see a lot, like how unfortunately I also see some very
Yeah,
unfortunate children out there. So
I
God bless you
do.
for all the all the things that you do, and it is a very tough job, and I pray that God will honor you for all your hard work.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you for appreciating our profession, our
That's
job. I know
absolutely
it's really
fine.
tough.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think no one will disagree to that. So, because teachers are, such a noble profession, and lot of, and especially after the pandemic, a lot of us, look up to you all, because of all the hard work that you put in. So if you can tell me, obviously you've mentioned, like myself, you are doing a digital business.
Hmm.
So what inspired you to actually, or what motivated you to start the business really?
Okay, so let me share that with you. So, I have so many reasons of jumping into this business, but my main drive in opting in this business was really my precious child. When we migrated here in New Zealand, I told myself, oh my goodness, this is it. I'm going to live my dream life. But then I faced the reality that in order for us to survive in this very expensive country, I had to do 3 jobs in a day. So aside from my main job in a primary school, I work in an after school care. And then after that, I go to a home tutorial to teach Chinese learner, another stream of income.
Wow.
And then by the time that I get home, my daughter and my husband were finished with their dinner because I told them not to wait for me. And so I have missed a lot of our family time, especially the bedtime story of my child. And so I came to the realization that, oh my goodness, Lord, this is not my dream life. I know that this is not the reason why you brought us in this new place
Yeah.
for me to make my daughter suffer from leaving her behind to my friend's house just for me to do those side hustles. And so, Susie, I really cried. I really cried to God and I prayed that He will show me the way
Mm.
that I could help my husband pay all our pile of bills and have something to share to our needy family back home without compromising the precious moments that I should be spending with my one and only child.
Yeah.
And truly, that God answers when you talk to Him heart to heart, because not long after that, I have encountered this business in on a social media. And yeah, to cut the story short, I have become successful business. I have become a successful business owner, and I fired my two part-time bosses. No longer made my daughter upset from leaving her behind. Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
that
That's the reason
that's
why I
fantastic.
started
That's
this.
fantastic. And I think most of us will resonate with that story also. Because for me also it was similar. Like my I have a 14-year-old, and for me it was like, especially during the pandemic, my husband lost his job, so I was the sole breadwinner during that time,
Oh,
and I was working. There was a time during the pandemic I was working 6 days a week, and
my goodness.
yeah, and obviously with the pandemic, seeing people die, it had a, obviously mental and physical toll to, for to me. So I was then started desperately looking for other ways to earn money in a smarter way, rather than spending my time, my precious time, for money. And then,
Exactly.
and when you see, you, and in my profession, I was seeing death face to face, kind of, during the pandemic. And that's when you start realizing that, life is so fragile, and every minute of your life really counts. And you don't want to have, in the end, any regrets that, oh yeah, I worked all my life, I earned money, but I really didn't have a life, I didn't have any kind of relationship. Obviously I had a daughter, but I didn't have time for her. By the time I came back from work, I was so tired, and I used to be
Oh.
angry. Because when I used to be angry, I used to start shouting, actually, really, at everyone in the house, because I was so in such a bad mood, because I'm so tired all the time. So yeah, so I really, I think that's a story for most of us, really. Like, there comes a point in our life where we say enough is enough, really. And
I know.
but at
Yeah,
the
that's
same
actually
time,
right.
you know all those bills start facing us, isn't it? And we're like, is there any other way? And like you, that's when I found the business, and I was like, it was God sent, really, because of the flexibility that we have in this business, isn't it?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, going to that. So how do you actually balance being a mom and being a digital owner? So how do you balance this, work and the business, really?
Oh my goodness. As what I have mentioned a while back, my job is so tough, very tough. Like I had to do take home works, lesson planning, marking assessments, report writing, okay, things like that. Name it. Oh my goodness. And then at the same time, I have to prepare my daughter's a meal, my husband's meal for work. And so, how do I still manage to do this business? That's exactly the reason why I jump into this business after doing my due diligence. It's because of its time flexibility. Like whenever, even if I'm on my teaching mode, I am on a holiday with my family, I'm in the kitchen, I am doing my practice in our church for worship service on Sundays, this business runs in the background. And that's the reason why thousands of parents like us who are working full time are also doing this business because of its flexibility. It's very doable.
Yeah.
If not because of this business, I won't be able to have, you know, a joyful life with my family, having the chance to go on holiday without asking permission to my part-time bosses. Yeah,
Yeah,
I really enjoy having this business.
I
Mhm.
absolutely agree with you. It's the automation, isn't it, in this business? That's actually really, really massive. Because today, like you, I'm a church goer also, and today, you might be in church because today I was like ushering, and
Oh,
Sunday school, and today there was ushering also, and I went a bit early. But by the time I came back home, there were already queries, and there were already people, registered for the webinar and things like that. And that's the beauty. Like, you can be in church, you can be at work,
exactly.
you can be sleeping. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I can see blessings after blessings.
Amazing. Truly
And
amazing.
yeah, and that's like without me trading my time for money, really. And all these things happen and that time. And even if you needed to speak to, people in your team, it's not like a fixed time. You kind of arrange and negotiate the time between yourselves, what works for each one of us, and that's how we all manage. And we have partners like you yourself, you're in New Zealand, and I'm in the UK. And we
Exactly.
wanted to have a chat like this also. We just come around, negotiate a time that works for both of us, and there you go. And that's how we make the business work for us, isn't it?
It
Uh,
is. 90% of the heavy lifting in this business has already been done for us. Just 10% is our counterpart. And that 10%, I do that when I wake up in the morning while doing my coffee. After my work, I spend 30 minutes to 1 hour while I'm waiting for my daughter's maths tutorial lesson. I do this business.
yeah,
So, wow, it's just
absolutely.
really amazing.
Absolutely. We are talking about how amazing this business is. But, obviously, with everything, whether it's work, whether we've studied, when we were, we, even with the business, let's be honest, we do have challenges, isn't it? And
Very much. Yeah.
that's the truth. And but that's not just for the business. That's whatever you do. You have challenges at work, you have challenges in your family life, and that's the world. So, for if I were to ask you, when you do face these challenges, what are the things that keeps you motivated and keeps you going in spite of the setbacks or challenges that you might face?
Well, actually, you're right. Just like any other business, this digital business that we are doing also has its ups and downs. But what do I do to stay motivated on this? Is to remind myself of my big why. Why did I start this business in the first place? I always remind myself of my daughter who is in need of my time. I remind myself of my husband who's hardworking, who goes to work 6 days a week, Susie.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then yeah, I remind myself of my families back home, my nieces and nephews who are needing of my help.
Mm.
And I also believe that God has given this business to me. So why would I give up when I encounter challenges? When He will be there to help me and
Yeah.
to
Amen.
guide me. I always affirm. I always do this morning affirmation every day, I which really strengthened me. It's the verse from the Bible. It's on Ephesians 4, verse 13 that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yeah, that's
Amen.
my daily affirmation, and that's the reason why I remain enthusiastic in this business.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I do something very similar. So I actually have a vision board. So I write down all my dreams on the vision board, and I not only do the affirmations, but I visualize. Because there's no point just talking something, like with everything that you talk, because it will be like if you're just saying something out loud, it sounds more like a mantra, and that it's like just going up in the ether, and it doesn't have. With every kind of affirmation, you have to put some sort of emotion into it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
what I mean by the emotion is like you have to maybe close your eyes and think of it and believe in your heart and visualize as if you're already living the dream. And that will bring that emotional part to it. And yeah, and that's what I do, and that's also quite biblical, really. um,
Yes.
Habakkuk, it says like, write the vision down and make it plain and run with it. And that's what I
I
do.
know.
It's quite biblical, that part also. So that's what I practice. And I have to say, I am actually seeing it. So I
Wow.
targets for myself, and and because I visualize, I manifest, and I confess it, it happens. It really happens. Initially there was a time when I thought, is this all hocus pocus? But then
Yeah,
uh well, it's biblical, and I'm a Bible believing Christian, so I was like, if it's biblical, well, obviously it's for me to try. But sometimes, it's your mind that that talks you out of it. And then I was like, what's that? It's
definitely.
biblical, why don't I just try it? And I have to say, it's changed my life completely.
Yeah.
I,
I'm just so happy that we do the same thing because I also have my vision board. And then my daughter saw it and she did her own vision board too.
oh wow.
Yeah. So she was so excited to put the vision board next to her bed and we always read it before sleeping at night. And yeah, that really has helped us to be um motivated
Yeah,
in this
absolutely. And
business. Mm.
that's really reassuring. Like, and that's what we say, isn't it? Our children actually watches us, what we do.
Exactly.
They watch
Yeah.
it. And like my family, my whole family is now involved. My daughter, my husband,
Wow.
he kind of asked me, okay, today what should I pray for? I say, you have to pray for this
Aww.
coaching call. You have to pray, when if I'm doing some kind of hosting or something, I've said, you have to pray for that whoever I'm talking to, that they will make the right
Wow.
decision for them. That's, we'll obviously need to be open to that also. So amazing, amazing. So that is
It
wonderful.
is.
So for you, obviously we all came into the business thinking that we can make a bit more money and have some time freedom and some financial freedom. But how would you measure success? Is it the money? What do you define success?
Okay, so this business has given me a lot of fulfillment in life. So aside from having this business help us with financial aspect, the thing that really that really gave me a huge success in this business is the fact that I have a legacy to pass on to my child by the time that she grows up. So when she's ready, she's going to be managing this amazing business
Yeah,
and will no longer have to worry about dealing with a boss because she's going to be a boss. She's going to be the boss of her own business. And
yeah,
for me, that's a huge success, you know. And this business also helped me with my personal development. I This business has led me to come out of my comfort zone. I have learned to deal with people, different people from different parts of the world, just like you. It's just so amazing, and yeah, that
yeah,
for me is a huge success.
yeah. Excellent, excellent. And I think, like what you said, it is. You meet so many wonderful people on the,
Mm,
and that's a really, really amazing part. And you'd think, will you really meet? But through this business, I've met wonderful, wonderful human beings just like yourselves,
yeah,
different parts of the world, and you were connecting. And I'm so glad we're part of something that's making a difference in people's lives. And it's a way of also, we've seen this and we're not keeping it to ourselves. That's what I say. Like, sometimes it takes a bit of courage to come out and talk to people and
I
tell what
know.
you're doing. But what I think about is, it's not just about me. Like, I wish when I was younger, someone had said, showed me the way. Like, this is, it's not through a job that you can be financially free. You need to be investing money in different things, different streams of income. I had no idea. And a lot of people, like medical professionals and other professionals, have no idea of this. And my mission and my heart is to actually, and that's one of the reasons why I'm very passionate and actually talk a lot about it in my page also, is to let people know that, you know, having a job, you can never be just financially free with a job. You can never, unfortunately you can never. That's like, what the, what the governments, what the world wants make you believe, but that's not the reality. The only way you can be
No.
financially free is if you actually invest in some sort of business or real estate, and bond stocks, something of that sort is the only way. And of course, if you have a business, you can become financially free. Like an online business, you can become financially free quite quickly at a very fast pace. So
Absolutely.
that's the difference. So the other thing that I get asked quite a bit is, people are so scared of the online business, and when they hear online business, the first thing that comes to their mind is, this is a scam. So, what do you tell people when they say is, "Oh, is this a scam?" So, what do you actually tell them?
Well, actually, I can relate so much to those people saying this business is a scam. You know why? Because I had my dose of being scammed too online. You know that? That's why
Oh,
I really understand those people, those skepticism, that they have because, well, we have no idea how many business ventures online they have tried already. And it's really true because I
mm,
myself have experienced that. There are so many ventures there that that promise, that have false promises, and then later on their money would just disappear, just like what I have experienced.
yeah,
But then, what I tell them that this business is totally legit. It's very much how do you call that, it's being run with integrity because in this business we pay our taxes. What else, we will not, we are professionals, both of us are licensed professionals. You are a doctor, I am a teacher, and we have worked so hard to achieve our license. And if we are scamming people, oh my goodness,
yeah,
definitely our license could have been revoked by now. And we are always active on social media. Your patients are watching, my students are watching, parents are watching. Oh my goodness, how can we scam people if this is really something that is a scam, right? Like maybe we could have been behind bars by now if this is a scam.
yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what I tell people also. So I do tell them that, I put my face out, I put my family out, I show where I am at, so people could really check me out. So if I'm courageous,
Exactly.
a GP courageous enough to do that, that itself is enough and more proof saying that, like, we are real people, we are real people with real jobs, with real families. And all we want to do is actually, we found a way, to enjoy life, and we just want to share that with you all. And that's at least my heart, and I'm sure that's your heart, to just share and spread the news about this good news.
Yeah.
That there is a life outside the matrix, as I call it. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and your life is not meant to be working 40 plus hours a week for 40 years just
Definitely.
barely get a pension, which would hardly probably by that time even pay your energy bill. Yeah. So
Exactly.
life is not meant to be like that. And and then what, here we're supposed to work till 68, 70. I don't know how, when we people can retire. Most of my patients start becoming unwell in their 50s and 60s, so by the time they retire,
Yeah.
they wouldn't even have the energy to enjoy
To
life. So
enjoy. Yeah. Totally
poor
agree.
thought, isn't it? So yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I tell people when they think it's not. We putting our faces out. We're doing
Hmm.
these lives. You're coming on our page just to show people that we are real. We are not there to scam any of them.
Yeah, we
Excellent.
are monitored every now and then. So maybe if this is scam, we could go on live right now, and then the next day we won't have the guts to do that again because we had victims already who were complaining. Yeah.
Absolutely. That was lovely talking to you. So, just before we wrap up, is there any one advice that you would like to give our audience who are probably sitting in the fence, thinking about joining the online space? Is there any one advice that you would want to give them?
Absolutely. So I would say that check this business out. Check our free webinar. We do webinar twice a week. You won't lose anything from checking this out. We are not saying this is for you, but what if this is for you? Okay. Yeah, this may or may not be for you, but please do not be skeptical. It's okay to be skeptical, but do not allow your skepticism to lock you up from this huge potential that can change the life of your family, the life of your loved ones. I know there are so many you had so many negative experiences out there, but then this business is different. And this business has changed thousands of lives. There are so many parents like us who are living the life that have been dreaming of for their family. And the good thing about this business, you don't have an educational qualification. We have so many successful business owners here who didn't even finish a degree and they're rocking on this business. Grandmas, grandpas are rocking on this business. They're being passionate because of their goal for their retirement. Yeah, so if others can do that, you better check it out too because this may be for you. This might be the blessing that you have been waiting for so that God will accomplish his good plan in your life.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Absolutely. What a way to wrap it up. And, you couldn't finish it even better than what you've actually just said. Absolutely. All we are saying is check it out. And if
Mm-hmm.
and if any of you, resonate with the stories that we've just said, we are, we are people in the flesh, having just experiences just like you all. And if what we've just spoken today resonates with any of you, speak to us. You either speak to Raquel or myself, whichever pages you are watching, Raquel's page or my page. If you're watching us, send us a message, send us a direct message, and talk to us about it, and we are more than happy to guide you. And it's just registering to our website, watching the free webinar that will give you an idea about the business, and then you can make an informed decision. Is this really for you? And don't be skeptical. It's absolutely free to check it out. And what if it is for you? you know
Exactly.
people's lives have been changed, and your life can also change. So there's nothing to lose to just check it out. Fantastic. So thank you very much, Raquel, to take this time out to come and speak to us all in your busy schedule. And I pray that God will bless you and your family, 100-fold for, all that you're doing as a teacher, and your personal life, supporting your husband and all. God bless you abundantly.
I pray for you the same thing, Susie, and thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to be interviewed by a medical practitioner like you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No worries, Raquel. And thank you so much once again. And thank you all, and have a good evening and a good morning in in
Yeah, good
New
evening.
Zealand.
You can rest now. Have a
Yes.
restful sleep.
All right, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.